Inside Oman. Program that talks about the latest events that's happening, new discoveries, trends, business experts, social media views, lifestyle, health and entertainment. Today's stories everyone wants to hear. Every week. Hosted by Francisco Porras Jr. here on the Nation Station.
The Research Council approved strategic grants program recently and a proposal of creating an electronic open data platform for innovation and research. Several topics were discussed that included a budget for funding TRC's program and projects in 2020. The meeting was chaired by His Highness Saeed Shihab bin Tariq Al Saeed, advisor of His Majesty the Sultan and chairman of the TRC, and attended by a representative number of academic and private institutions. Then, later on, we will discuss the 25th edition of Scientific Insights, the importance of scientific journalism in the field of scientific publishing and scientific awareness for innovative efforts and outputs through TRC's official website and the various social media. In hopes of spreading the culture of innovation and science in the Sultanate, moving on to the plan, the Vision 2040. Today, to talk about TRC's incredible plan is Mr. Mohammed Al Balushi, who is the TRC's communications specialist. So welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, Frank. Thanks for having me in the show.
Yeah, it's okay. It seems that the TRC are quite busy right now and plans are underway. So tell us about it.
Sure. There are a lot of events happening with the 20 year. As the latest one is the launch or the signing of the ceremony of the Artificial Intelligence Lab. It is a project, basically. So this is one of the events that has been held recently. And we're trying to feature all our news and details, of course, through the different media outlets.
So what are the topics that you've discussed? Maybe some programs. Can you tell us about it?
The latest one was the first meeting of the TRC board meeting, which approved the final document of the strategic research program on Red Tide, the open data platform as well. The Red Tide is in a collaboration with TRC and the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries as well.
Okay.
Yeah, it's jointly launched project, basically. The first TRC board meeting for 2020 discussed the final document of this particular program. So, of course, under this one, there will be some research projects that will be fitting towards this strategic research program, which is the Red Tide.
Okay.
Featured one of the research related to the Red Tide and strategic for this strategic research program, its main objectives and so on.
Can you tell us something about your publication, the Scientific Insights?
It's the Scientific Insights is a quarterly newsletter in Arabic and English. It is issued by the Research Council, TRC. It's prepared basically in jointly by the Communication Department and the Promotion Department of the Research Council.
Okay.
The Communication Department, of course, takes care of the content, while the Promotion Department is responsible for the design and layout. We also involve the English and Arabic editors and proofreaders who are involved also into the final development of the whole content of the Scientific Insights, of course. The first edition of the Scientific Insights was released in October 2013.
Okay.
And initially, the newsletter used to be in a printed format, while towards the end of 2016, it shifted to the digital version. We used to print around 2,000 copies per edition. At that time, of course, before shifting to the digital version. And just this March 1st, the edition of January 2020 was the 25th edition of the newsletter.
Wow.
Yes, exactly. And in order to mark this, we, both the Communication and the Promotion Department, organized an internal exhibition inviting TRC officials and the TRC staff as well to, of course, come and check out the
new format.
Of course, the latest development and also the previous editions to have a glance of what has developed. Yes. Of course, developed over the 25 editions. That's around 6 years. And during certain events, the meetings of the National Academy of Sciences, NAS, and the World Academy of Sciences, TWAS, the whole edition in such cases is tailored around these particular subjects.
Okay.
So we have a complete edition of this particular subject. With regard to the sections of the scientific insights, we have a total of 12 sections, starting from the editorial, of course, to the news reports, to the cover story, which is the main theme of that particular edition.
Okay.
Cover stories discussed earlier included research capacity building, enhanced oil recovery, and other related research and innovation-related subjects as well. And apart from these 2 or 3 sections, we also have a page called Dialogue with the Researcher.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so that's, of course, from, as the name indicates, it talks about. And another page for an article we received from one of the researchers. And we have also the other sections our readers can check out on the scientific insights, include the researcher's biography, research devices, insight into innovation. And this particular part is basically handles the innovation-related areas.
Okay.
Yeah, and there are also scientific achievements, research outputs, information, and finally a page dedicated for announcements.
Well, congratulations. This is achievement that you have right now, huh?
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah. To move out to the next level, like putting it on Instagram or on maybe Facebook for the insights only?
It's a very interesting question, Frank. We do, at the moment, have like our ways to distribute the scientific insights. We already publish the edition on our account on Twitter. That's TRC_Oman, which has nearly 40,000 followers at the moment.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you so much. And then also we have our other channels. We distribute the scientific insights through our focal points.
Yes.
But at the moment we also share it with like readers can access it through TRC website. That's www.trc.gov.om.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, there's a section, there's an icon called the Media Center or Media. They can access it, newsletters, and then they can go and scroll around all this, like previous editions of the Scientific Insights.
How about comments and suggestions to improve the insights?
Of course, Frank, we do receive and we do welcome our readers, invite them basically to provide us with any feedback over the the content, over the quality also of the content, quality of the design as well, the subjects that they are eager to see in the coming editions, interested to see, of course, whether they are researchers, innovators, students or faculty at academic institutions as well. So they can also post they leave comments on the same website itself. They can also reach us for their, of course, remarks and feedback on the TRC WhatsApp. The number is 91747514.
Okay.
I repeat, it's 91747514.
Okay.
And that's not only for feedback, they can also receive the scientific insights through TRC WhatsApp.
Okay, just in case if someone right there have discovered something.
Sure. You mean as a research proposal or as like a topic that to be discussed in the newsletter, the scientific insights? Both, yeah, of course. We normally... content-related comments and feedback, we take care as like both the departments, the communication, the promotion departments of TRC.
Okay.
Those comments or inquiries related to research proposals and whether they need to be directed to the right person involved. Even you can get the scientific insights through the WhatsApp. You just send a message through this number that I just mentioned earlier.
Okay.
And the social media specialist there, he is the one who adds that number to the contact list.
So he will take care of it. We're going to be back for a bit and continue our discussion in just a while.
Inside Oman. Program that talks about the latest events that's happening, new discoveries, trends, business experts, social media views, lifestyle, health and entertainment. Today's stories everyone wants to hear, every week. Hosted by Francisco Porras Jr. here on the Nation Station.
Welcome back to Inside Oman. So TRC celebrates the 25th edition of the Scientific Insights. Can you tell us about the first edition, which was released in October 2013?
Yeah, sure. The first edition of the Scientific Insights was released in October 2013. And initially, the newsletter used to be in a printed format. And the edition of the January 2020, which is the 25th edition of the Scientific Insights of the newsletter. And in order to mark this milestone, both the communication and the promotion department held an internal exhibition, and the program also included a lecture on science journalism presented by Professor Abdullah Al-Kindi, a lecturer at Sultan Qaboos University.
All right.
Okay, in his lecture, he presented some insights of over science journalism, over the situation of science journalism, basically starting from the history of science journalism worldwide, and then also mentioning examples of the history of science journalism in Oman itself. I would say that he stressed on the importance of having a newsletter such as the Scientific Insights.
Okay.
Why? Because since we don't have at the moment specialized science journalism in Oman, especially in print journalism, the existence of such a newsletter is so vital, I would say, for featuring these the latest developments in research and innovation related subjects.
How would you assess the impact in terms of bringing research and science to the public right now?
Is one of our communication channels through which TRC approach its targeted audience.
Okay.
Including researchers, innovators, students, and faculty at academic institutions. We frequently receive requests from readers who are interested to read and to receive, of course, this newsletter, and we believe that newsletter is really creating, I would say, a template that brings both sides, the researchers and innovators, in one, I would say, platform.
That's good.
For the exchange of common interests.
So, how research, analysis, and insights related?
At the moment, it's a kind of template where researchers, even we're trying to bring together researchers, innovators,
analysis
as well. Yeah, sure. And that's what the various or the different sections of the Scientific Insights is always trying to reflect. So whenever we have an issue, or we are trying to integrate all these three areas into one platform, which is the Scientific Insights, the newsletter. And we're always trying to stress on providing readers with like facts and numbers as well, statistics that can really has statistics. Of course, as you know, Frank, they have a story to tell. Okay. So that's what we are trying to do as well.
Who's the editor of this?
We have the editor, the Arabic language editor, it's Abdullah Rashdi, our line manager. He's the director of the communication department. Okay. So he's the one who handles, of course, I would say he's the chief editor. Okay. And there's an Arabic team who prepares, they include communication specialists who prepare the content first in Arabic. And then afterwards, after the whole subjects or sections are basically approved, there's a team that starts the translation. So it includes communication specialists as well as translators. So they're the ones who prepare. They're doing the reflection of the Scientific Insights to the Arabic, to the English one. And from there, of course, we have
designers,
of course, for sure. Yeah. Before that, we try to do the sub-editing to the soft copy. Then the language editor is also involved, putting his final touches. Basically, having the bird eye view. Towards the Scientific Insights.
Is this going to be distributed to several other companies who are working on the program itself?
Yeah, we do have a list
How
of
about
database.
private sector or government sectors and stuff?
We do have a list of database which includes a number of institutions, of course, including those government institutions, a private sector as well, and even the civil society as well. We're trying to reach them. It is released every 3 months.
3 months. Okay.
Yes, sure. So
Okay.
it comes 4 times. It's quarterly newsletter, so it comes. The edition would be released in April.
Okay.
So we also invite everybody to check it out.
Yes.
To
Okay.
speak about the innovation environments this time.
Okay.
It's,
Is
just
it
to-
free or something? Or?
It is free of charge at the moment, yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
okay.
It is. We're trying to reflect the latest developments
Okay. Of course.
involving TRC, as well as also sometimes whenever we have something related to the recent developments in science and also in
Technology,
research,
yeah.
and second, science and technology, science and research and development, research and innovation as well. So even we're trying to feature these subjects, and we reached our, let's say, I would say, sources of information. We can feature their research projects or research outputs. So that's actually a channel to be reflected and discussed, even not only in terms of the scientific insights, but also it can be achievements, and then it can be picked up by journals, I would say, including including newspapers, radio stations, TV as well, who might be even interested into going into more details and discuss that particular research or innovation.
Okay. Do you have any upcoming competitions within the year?
The Falling Walls Lab.
Oh, yes, precisely. It's very interesting, yes.
That's true. And also we normally have the Upgrade. Okay. And as well, there's also another one of our major, I would say it's our major event, annual event, which is the annual research forum. Okay, and the distribution of the National Research Hours.
Okay.
Also, it only talks about undergraduates at academics.
How about professionals? Do you have any?
I would say the National Research Award is one of them. Why? Because it involves PhD holders.
Okay.
Yes, and they are. TRC receives research proposals under 6 sectors, and that's where researchers can compete to win like the hours of that particular year.
Okay. So the schedule for the Falling Walls will be when?
With the spread of coronavirus going on, these still dates needs to be finalized.
Okay.
But we're looking forward, of course, to that, because this is one of the very interesting events a lot of people are looking for.
Yes.
Especially that the winner is sent to attend the Falling Walls lab in Berlin.
In Berlin, yes.
So that's also very interesting. Another event, TRC is always keen to nominate basically researchers and innovators, researchers too, is the Lindau Nobel Laureate meeting.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, and now the coming event will be held by, I guess it would be sometime in July 2020. And what happens normally with Lindau is that TRC, there's an independent committee which is responsible for the nomination of 3 Omani researchers to attend the Lindau Nobel Laureate meeting in Lindau in Germany.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so from here, TRC supervises this whole process. TRC sends this independent committee is the one that sends the name or nominates the 3 names, and then in Lindau, here 2 Omani researchers attending the latest Lindau Nobel Laureate meeting.
How was the competition last time to support these people who just on the Falling Walls? And
yeah, sure, Frank. What happens that the RC is not only like announces the winners, but also supports them.
Are they still getting in touch with them or something?
I'm sure there's a team that's involved into the follow-up of these research projects.
Yes.
Because these are the two pillars of the research council, the research and innovation, and then also teams that are involved and responsible for the follow-up of each particular competition and project, of course, because...
Why do you think will TRC continue to be relevant and significant in the country's future growth and development?
I would say the first official speech of His Majesty Sultan Haytham, he stressed on the importance of research. So this shows that it is hopefully, inshallah, will be gonna be placed on one of the top priorities of the Sultanate. And by the way, there's a plan. I'm sure almost everybody hopefully heard about it, which is the National Strategy for Research and Development 2040. Okay, so it'll start from 2021.
So tell us about it, the strategy 2040. How is TRC involved here?
TRC is supervising this, the National Strategy for Research and Development, and it held a lot of events, especially in 2019, including a final symposium that discusses the three main clusters of the strategy, and then also inviting more than 500 people who basically put in their feedback on the strategy itself and their remarks for the development of the strategy that will be, inshallah, hopefully operational very soon, inshallah.
Upcoming conferences, do you have any?
It has been postponed basically, but it's coming. It is a conference on research administration, which will be organized jointly by the Research Council, Sultan Qaboos University, and the University of Qatar University.
Okay, tell us about it.
Keynote speakers from the USA, also from different fields. Of course, it is an international conference. The communication department and the promotion department are geared up to release the annual report 2019. Okay, and the annual report 2019 will wrap up TRC's various research, innovation related programs, projects, and initiatives, and present the achieved progress over, of course, that last year, which is 2019. That's and apart from the annual report, of course, we always, as a communication department, we always try to update our readers with our latest developments and whatever related to research and innovation through our different communication channels, including, of course, social media platforms as well, accounts.
So what are the highlights right now that we could expect for the next edition of this Scientific Insights?
As the cover story, it will focus on the innovation environments in the Sultanate, and of course, plus other interesting subjects, including some of the research devices from Makers Oman, which is Oman's, the Sultanate's, the Innovation Park Muscat's prototyping center.
So this is a new one, huh?
It is a new one, yeah, of course. And in this edition, it will focus on at least two of the research devices that have been, will exist there. They are already existing there in the Makers Oman.
So what's like what, for example?
One of them would be the wooden machinery device, and then 3D printers, laser cutters. Two of the research devices that will be discussed in the coming edition of the Scientific Insights. In addition to other interesting subjects that readers hopefully would enjoy. Okay,
so any suggestions or anything there? If you have time, you could just visit their website.
And we also, as I mentioned, a page dedicated for an article for those who are interested to be published in the Scientific Insights. They can even do so.
All right. So,
Thank you. Thank you so much for spending some time to discuss the scientific insights.
The importance of simplifying science to the public and role of scientific journalism in the world of scientific initiatives of the Oman Society. Thanks, Mohammed, for your time. Thank you very much. That's the Research Council Communication Specialist, Mohammed Al Balushi. This is Frank. Thanks for listening.
That's our show for this week on Inside Oman. Inside Oman. Tune in for the latest news and events on people and what's happening here in the Sultanate. Inside Oman. Hosted by Francisco Porras Jr. here on the Nation Station.